Hi, this is my case study on parental apathy for EDL 856, School Committee Relations by Rick Horton. Category 1, Problem Identification and Analysis. What do we know? Mrs. Rose is a new assistant principal. She's just completed her Education Administration Master's. There are no parent-teacher associations or parent-teacher organizations at this time, but there had been in the past. Mrs. Rose has talked to her principal about her concerns about the parental and community involvement at first, but he was not very encouraging. When she brought this up to him again at a different time, he agreed that this is something they need to improve on. It was made clear by the principal that he would not approve a PTA or a PTO, but he would consider a parent advisory group. An announcement was distributed to the students in their classroom, and they were asked to give it to their parents. Very few parents showed up to the meeting. The principal was not in favor of proceeding with the meeting due to the poor turnout. What do I need to know? Why are there no active parent groups or organizations in the school? What justification is there for the principal to say that he has the sense of the community? Has the school sent any formal or informal surveys to the parents to see how they feel about the school? Would there have been a better turnout if the announcement had been sent in a better method, or sent in several different methods, such as social media, school reach, email, etc.? How would the parents at the meetings feel about the school? Did they understand the purpose of the meeting, what it was? Why did the parents who attended the meeting come to the meeting? Identify the problem. From the information that was provided, I believe the problem is either the parents in the community do not wish to be involved with the school. The other problem could just be a lack of communication between the school and the community. By only sending a note home for the students, there's a chance that the parents never were informed of the meeting. Also, the note is very vague about the purpose of the meeting. The parents may not have understood what the purpose actually was. Category 2. Resolve the issues based on promoting the success of all students. Plan of action. Mrs. Rose will conduct a meeting with the parents who are there. She will find out exactly what brought those parents to the meeting. She will ask what level of involvement they would like to have within the school. She will express her ideas and desire for more parental and community involvement at the school. She will ask why they feel there is poor attendance. She will ask the parents at the meetings if they feel there is other parents and the community members who want to be more involved at the school. Mrs. Rose will need to conduct other meetings to gauge interest of the parents in the community. She will need to be sure other methods besides sending note homes are tried, such as use social media, use the school's Facebook account, use the school's Twitter account to promote the meeting. Be sure to include the time, the location, and the purpose of the meeting. Post the meeting on the school's website. Use other forms of communication such as school reach or email to parents. She needs to find out how the parents want to be involved with the school. Mrs. Rose should try to create some type of school site council. This will need to include some school staff, some administration, some classified staff, some of the school board members, community members, and parents. The site council should try to develop a shared vision for the school, and not just like a one-year vision of what they want to accomplish that year. It needs to be something like they need to have that plan, and they need to expand that plan to figure out what their vision for the school is in 10 years. Category 2. Resolve the issues based on promoting the success of all students. Appropriate strategies to implement the plan. Make sure to communicate the date, the time, and the purpose of the meeting to the parents. Establish a school-wide site council. Have them talk about their vision of the school. Send out a survey to every parent. Have them fill it out in enrollment. Have them gauge the amount of involvement they would like to have within the school. Make sure that when you begin to have meetings, you continue to have regular meetings. They cannot be sporadic or the parents will not be interested. Category 3. Resolve the issues based on promoting the success of all students. What is best for the students? Research shows that parents or caregiver involvement with schools improve the students' achievement, reduces absenteeism, and helps restore parents' confidence in their children's school and the education they receive there. Resolution to the problem. Research shows that students with parents who are involved in the education earn higher grades, score higher on tests, and have better social skills and usually have better overall behavior at school. We need to have better communication between home and school. The note is just simply not enough, as students often forget to give their parents, or if they do give it to them, it's too late. Notes aren't personal either. Parents are so busy busy to parents are very, very busy people. Send them several reminders. Send them in different ways. Send it through social media, school reach, all those other ways we've talked about. Find out why there is no longer parent organizations involved within the school. Set a regular time and place for the meetings. For instance, one night a month on the first Tuesday at the school at 7 o'clock. This way parents will get in the habit of going to the meeting and be able to plan around it. Resolution of problem. Some parents came to the meeting. This means that some of the parents really want to be involved in the school. It's important to them. And the other thing is, has the building principal put forth the effort to involve parents in the community? He stated that the parents were better off left alone. He also stated that he could sense the community through several phone conversations with parents and his direct contact with the community. His direct contact with the community is probably just with his friends in the community. And the phone conversations, a lot of times those aren't good phone conversations. You may not feel like the parents want to be involved because those phone conversations are probably when you're dealing with a parent because of a discipline issue with their student. Category 4, debriefing the problem on what you were thinking, feeling, valuing by identifying issues that are unresolved or open to further investigation. What was I thinking? My first thought is the principal mentally checked out? What I mean by that is he told Mrs. Rose that he felt differently when he first became an administrator. Well, what's made him feel differently now? Is he tired? Is he fatigued? He sent out a very vague message home, and he only did it as a paper note. He didn't use the school social media, email, school reach. He only tried one way. Was he really putting a genuine effort into this meeting? And also, he was not in favor with going through with the meeting when there was a small attendance. If some people showed up, you really need to get in there and present the meeting, present your information. If you just send them home with nothing, it'll make them question the school more. It'll make them question the effort the school is putting out there for them to be involved. I also wonder why there's no PTA or PTO. At one time there was. What's different now? Why do we not have one now? What was I feeling? I felt really sorry for Mrs. Rose. It seems as if she wants what's best for the students and has met with challenges along the way. She faced opposition from the principal, and she had poor attendance at the meeting. I also feel like there wasn't much effort to get parents to attend that meeting. I was glad the principal came around and was willing to have the meeting in the end, because at first when Mrs. Rose asked, he didn't want to do it. What was I valuing? In this case study, I value the passion that Miss Rose is showing. She obviously feels very strong about parental or caregiver involvement in schools. She's trying to find ways to get the community more active in the school. She's persistent. Even though the principal tells her no to trying to hold a parent meeting, she asks him again. This time he says yes. She was willing to ask again because she feels that this is something important to her, which she feels strongly about. She knows that parental involvement usually leads to better performing students. What issues are still unresolved? Why did the PTA and the PTO dissolve? What would more parents have attended the meeting with better communication? What form of communication works best for the parents? That's a great question to ask the parents that are actually at the meeting. Set a regular date for the meeting and be sure the meetings are consistent. Be sure you give plenty of notice to the meetings, and be sure that there's no other school events taking place that night. In what way do the parents want to be involved? The parents can take a quick survey, give you that data, or you can just simply ask the ones that are there, how do they wish to be involved with the school? Reflection on Standard 4, Component 1. How do you as an educational leader promote the academic success of every student while addressing the issues revealed in the case study? First off, I would start up a school site council member. And again, I've talked about this. This group really needs to be made up of teachers, classified school employees, administrators, some of the school board members, parents, and other community members. The site council should help develop and create a vision for the school, and not just a short-term vision. They'd also need to work on creating a long-term vision. Also, getting parents involved with their children's education help improve the child's education experience. Research shows that parent or caregiver involvement with school improves the student's achievement, reduces absenteeism, and helps restore parents' confidence in their children's school and the education they receive there. It is important to inform the parents of this research. I can't say that enough. I would use newsletters, emails, and remind parents of every parents of the events and the activities that they could be a part of and the ideas of how to help their students with academics at home. I would also use better form of communication. In this case study, the principal only sent home a note. Oftentimes, students forget or don't care to give the note to their parents. If we promote the meeting in many different ways, I believe it'll raise parental involvement. A notice of the meeting can be posted at the school's social media accounts. An announcement can be made on the district's email. Also, a newsletter that is physically mailed home. It can be included there. An email that's sent to all the parents' email accounts could be used. Also, the school could use a school messaging system, such as at Mission Valley. We have School Reach as a way to reach the parents. I believe that I would use almost all of these methods, and remember to include the purpose of the meeting and the time and the location of the meeting. Component 2. How did you, the education leader, promote the personal well-being of every student while addressing the issues revealed in the case study? Starting a school site council, where members of the school administration and community come together to discuss with the students in the school could be very advantageous. It's a way for the community and the stakeholders, as well as the parents and school employees, to voice what they could do to make our school and the students' education better. If the school needs something from the community, or if the school cannot afford to buy items that would benefit the students, it's a great forum to ask the members of the site council for help to see if any of them may know someone in the community who could possibly help. Anytime we can get community members or parents inside the school, it's a good thing. Too many times parents are intimidated to come to our school. As a parent, when you're called to the school, it's usually for something bad, like a disciplinary issue. Also, not every parent was a good student. There are parents who don't feel comfortable in the school because of negative experiences that they had as a student. Anytime we can create a positive environment for parents and community members to come inside our school, it's good. It's also a chance for our staff to show off some of the amazing things that our students are accomplishing. I'd also promote personal well-being in the school by getting parents involved with the school and trying to create a sense of pride in our school from the community. If the community takes pride in the school, it becomes what the people in the community are talking about. They'll become more interested in what's going on inside of our school, and they'll want to know more about what the students are doing. Once the community and the students start to take pride in the school, everyone will work harder to make the school a better place. Component 3. How did you as the education leader promote the community's engagement for families and stakeholders in the school community for every student while addressing the issues revealed in the case study? Again, I'd start up the school site council, the group. We've talked about as many teachers, classified school employees, administrators, and some of the school board members, parents. The site council could help the school create a vision. It'll give the community and the stakeholders, as well as the parents and school employees, a voice in what they could do for our school and to better the students' education. If the school needs something from the community, it cannot afford to buy these items, this is a great time to ask. It's a great forum. It's a great place to step up and say, hey, we need some extra computers. Does anybody, willing to donate or know somebody that might be willing to donate for our school? Offering a formal or informal survey at enrollment or at the end of the year checkout or even through an email to get a better idea of what the parents believe the school and the students are in need of. I would have parents fill out a simple survey to determine what they think the school needs to improve their child's education. The survey could be a hard copy that's given at enrollment or at end of the year checkout. It could also be in some sort of online survey that's sent through email. There's a lot of sites such as like SurveyMonkey. It's pretty simple. It could also be shared. We could share the data that way with the school, the administration, and the site council. I'd use newsletters, emails, and social media to remind the parents of the importance of being involved in the child's education. Parents that are involved in child education improves the educational experience. Research shows that parents and caregivers with the involvement in their schools improve their students' achievement, reduces absenteeism, and helps restore benefits of confidence in their children's school and the education that they receive there. I would use a newsletter and email to remind parents of events or activities that they could take part in and other ideas to help with their students' academics at home. Thanks for listening to my presentation. I hope everybody had a great semester. Thank you.